everybody, Kat here, Vegas Fruity. I've been gone for a while. I apologize. Things have just been kind of busy, and I'm a little tired today. My husband and I drove to California. His mom's been visiting us for a week, and she asked that he would drive her back, so I drove behind them with the kids, and it was supposed to be like a 5.5 hour with stop, you know, type of a trip. But, you know, California's been having all these mudslides and road closures, and it's just, the roads have been such a mess. So we had to go up through the mountains. I don't want to get into it all. Let's just say we had to go up one way, and then they sent us back from another closure, and 5.5 hours turned into 12 hours, you know, so it just doesn't make for a good trip with all the kids in the car, and, you know, it was a long trip. So the kids did actually remarkably well. We're just exhausted, you know, from it all. But in any case, we're going to visit my parents today while we're here. And I wanted to update you. I did have that colonoscopy, endoscopy the other day, about a week ago. Was it a week ago?
About a week.
I think so. And it actually went very well. You know, they kind of knock you out for it, or they did with me anyway, so I wasn't aware, thank goodness, of the alien probe procedure thing that they do. But so anyway, but I think the worst part of it all was prepping for it, and that was a liquid diet for like 24 hours, and you know, they want you to take all this Gatorade. I had to take, like, I don't know, 3 64-ounce bottles of Gatorade or something, and a whole bottle of Miralax, the big bottle, not the little one, and like 6 to 10 Dulcolax stool softeners, TMI. But my goodness, that day actually isn't so bad, but after you have the procedure, for some reason you get all, you know, your guts are just clenching, and, you know, it's not a good day, you know, after that, because you're still kind of recovering from the whole Miralax overload. So anyway, but that's done, and they did take a small biopsy. I had a growth that is not malignant, thank goodness, but he found out that I have like a Schlotchke's ring, I guess, and a hyoidal hernia, both of which are I guess can really produce some bad acid reflux if not careful. And also I had some you know, a lot of irritation and stuff in the lining of my stomach, but, you know, I'm lactose free. I don't take any meat or dairy, so it's like, okay, I really watch it, so I don't really have a lot of problem with that, and I'm gluten free as well. So I have very minimal problem as long as I watch my diet. But one of the things that I was very happy about was that he actually said, you know, well, what do you take for your acid reflux? Because with the condition that I have, it looks like you should have some pretty bad acid reflux. And I said, well, I don't take anything. He said, well, I can prescribe you, you know, something. And I said, no, you don't understand. I don't have any problem with it. I used to when I was a meat eater, but I'm a plant-based person now, and I have a very low-fat diet, and I don't have any problems at all. So I don't have heartburn and acid reflux. And so he looked kind of perplexed about that. So obviously he's not, like, you know, nutrition wasn't his forte, because he was really thinking I should be drinking milk. And so I didn't want to get into the whole thing with him about how that was not a good thing. But I was just really happy, because I have found out so far that I have a lot of things that are going on in my body that are in remission or dormant, and all of the things that I deal with are not active and not hurting me because of a plant-based diet, because of the vegan diet. I mean, low fat, you know, if I wasn't doing that, honestly, I'd probably be dead. I'd have cancer. I'd have all of the things that I have laying in there would just be crazy, you know, and they're not. So if you're wondering, you know, are they perfectly healthy? No, vegans are not perfectly healthy, but all of the ailments that can sock it to somebody, I think you have much better chance of not having those kinds of problems and those things not being disturbed if you're on a low-fat, vegan, or plant-based diet. And it certainly is proving that with me. I have, IC or interstitial cystitis, which is another, people have really, there's been a few cases of people committing suicide over that because it gets out of hand. It's a pain that gets to you 24/7, and it's very hard to deal with. Mine is completely dormant, and it's because of my diet, so that, the only issue that I'm dealing with basically is I have familial hypercholesterolemia. That's the genetic form of high cholesterol, so it doesn't matter what kind of diet and exercise I do, I am going to have higher cholesterol, but I don't believe that there's a lot of damage because of that, because of my diet. So I actually see a cardiologist next week. They're doing an echocardiogram. We're going to find out, and I'm going to find out if there is any damage or not due to having that all my life. But my guess is that I'm going to be okay, and I'll be surprised to hear otherwise. But so, if you're considering a plant-based diet and you have some issues that you're dealing with, you absolutely will not lose anything in going for it. Go for it, because you're going to gain so much. You're going to just, add so much quality of life to your life, and it's totally worth it. And if you're thinking you can't have junk food all in vegan, you can have it once in a while. There's still vegan junk food that you can have once in a while. You don't want to go and replace bad fats with more vegan bad fats, because then you're going to be in the same boat. But you're really not going to miss out on anything. So, but anyway, do it for you, and I will see y'all later. Love you guys. Bye.